Good Monday morning, or Monday morning. It is a Monday. Good Monday evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Safety Stop here on the Pennyroyal Divers Group and our YouTube channel, Pennyroyal Scuba. Jojo, what's going on tonight, buddy?
Oh, waiting for the rain to get in.
Oh, it's not raining there?
Not yet. Is it raining where you're at?
It's been off and on. It was dry for most of the afternoon, then a little bit drizzle started coming in. So, not too bad.
Yeah, it'll be here.
Yeah, well, as long as it does like it's done so far, the visibility looked awesome this weekend.
Uh,
I don't know if you've seen the Facebook post from yesterday, but man, that water is beautiful. It's cold, but it's beautiful.
I think I can handle the cold being looking that good.
Yeah, I mean Saturday was a little breezy, kind of overcast. Saturday afternoon, it turned out pretty decent. The sun kind of popped out and started to warm up a little bit. But Sunday was a beautiful day, and we were able to get a lot of stuff done that needed to be done. So, just didn't get to hit the water myself, but I did get to spend a lot of time around it.
Hey, yeah, at least around it. I didn't make it again this weekend, so
Yeah. Hey, it's all right. Stuff's getting done. That's all that matters.
yeah, I seen
uh,
Penny was getting cleaned off and ready for her new makeover.
yeah, yeah. It's she's coming along. She's actually looking more like a great white now instead of a killer whale. Yeah, it we got some stuff to put on it to help take without sanding, like some stripper and fiberglass safe. And I tell you what, that stuff has worked wonders. So,
That's good.
so we're shooting for Memorial Day weekend, having her back in the water. Her teeth are the dentist is doing her dentures now. So I actually got some photos or got a photo of the beginning process of that. So yeah, I mean, we done all of our safety checks this weekend, checking the pavilion areas, looking, for any kind of safety hazards or anything like that. Got a lot of stuff done there. Just work.
Yeah, that doesn't ever seem to end.
No, but the big thing is, we have less than a week till the 2022 season starts. 9 a.m. this Saturday and kicks off the 2022 season. And, it's going to be a good season. We got a couple of weeks here. Then we're off for a weekend, or actually off for a week, gone for a weekend. Off to Bon Air.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be a nice start to the season. I can handle that.
Yeah. Well, and that's something I was going to talk about tonight is, which, Krista's really excited about Bon Air. It's, this will only be the third time she's been out of the country on a trip like this, but only the second time as a certified diver. Very first trip she took with me, she wasn't certified yet. That's when we went to Cozumel. Let me fix my camera here. It's cutting off the top of my head. There we go. So, so she was able to get on the boat and watch us dive, but, she's only been to Roatan and dove there. So, she's really excited.
For a treat.
Well, and the funny thing is, we were watching, she was pulling up YouTube videos last night, Bon Air and, different things with it. And it caught my attention when she said, "Hey, watch this." So I was watching, and I don't know who this diver was. I was going to have her to forward me the link so that I could pull it up and actually show it here on the show. But I mean, it was prime example of what we don't do when we're diving, not just in Bon Air, but what we don't do when we're diving.
I've already caught a couple of those videos too.
I mean, I tell you, she's sitting over here getting mad about it, and I'm like, well, yeah, I understand. It makes me mad. This dude was like getting like this close to a moray eel. This cat was petting turtles. Now, this was in Bonaire. Stuff like that, things that we are taught not to do. You know, while we're diving, and it's like this dude's breaking every rule.
Well, I was thinking about this too. This crossed my mind as a topic is diving etiquette. We're getting ready to open up the quarry, and I know we always have issues around the quarry with how people act and stuff. And of course, we're going to Bonaire. How do we, how we act properly in Bonaire and in Roatan?
Yeah.
So that's a little segue into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the proper etiquette, and the quarry is a great place to learn. To kind of hone your skills. Because there's not a lot of stuff down there, like marine life or coral that you can damage or destroy. I mean, yeah, there's artificial stuff. The telephone booth, the bus, the motorcycle. All the attractions. But in the ocean, we're taught from open water, don't touch anything. Go down, look, explore, but don't touch anything. And when I watched this video, and when he got, I mean, he had to be less than a couple of inches. It looked like this eel was fixing to grab his camera. That's how close he was. And and then he gets a shot, a clip of him trying to pet a turtle underwater. And I'm like,
Hmm.
dude, really? I mean, that's just, you know, yeah, we, we go diving to enjoy it, to see the scenery, to see what we can find, to enjoy it. But we don't go down to, touch stuff. And, it's one of those things I don't know, you just don't do it. I mean,
No. It takes hundreds of years for those corals to grow, and we go down there and can destroy them in seconds. So
oh yeah,
what's
I can
good?
remember. Even back in 1991 when I got certified. It was, even though it was landlocked. We were diving locally. At that point in time, the quarry hadn't opened. It was one of those things. You're taught. Don't touch anything. You can look at things, but don't touch it. And I learned from an early age: take only pictures, leave only bubbles. And, I try to hold true to that motto. Now, there's every once in a while, and I'm not saying that I break the rules, but like if I'm trying to get a close up shot of, a small, like one of the macro creatures where you have to kind of get up on them a little bit close
Hmm.
to get a good shot so you can see them. And, I've had to take a finger and push away or keep myself from bumping into the coral from damaging it. I've had to do that, but I mean, I don't just go crawling around on it and, kicking it with my fins and stuff like that.
Yeah, they actually is it a reef pointer or something? It's pretty much a metal stick you have. Ain't nothing that long, and you use it to stabilize yourself so you don't have to touch the reef and
Oh, yeah.
damage it. And those are nifty tools to have. And they'll teach you that in photography class. So
Oh, yeah. Well, the hard thing is, and I've got the big DSLR, camera set up and all that where I can, get the lenses for doing macro shots. But, in the most modern times of GoPros, you don't have that luxury. And so you don't really have a way to get in close to unless you get the camera up close. And, it just makes it a little harder.
yeah, especially with the GoPros being such a wide angle lens.
Yeah, yeah, But, it's the whole part of the etiquette, though. You have to be mindful of your surroundings. And this guy was just like, hey, look, I'm going diving in Bonaire. Woohoo! look at me. You know.
Yeah, and they start hanging on everything and touching things.
Yeah.
One day they're going to touch something they're not supposed to and really regret it.
Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that probably has already happened, and a couple of people have probably learned by experience why we don't touch things like that.
I mean, my understanding is Bon Air is covered in fire coral. So
Oh, I don't doubt that a bit. Yeah, I don't
you
doubt
want
that
to
a bit.
ruin your week real quick.
But it's proper etiquette. And while we're on the discussion, I know there's yeah, some people don't get that. Some people, some instructors, I don't I don't know who. I'm not. I don't. This is just putting it out there. Uh, but we know that there's people out there who don't hit on, don't touch things as much as they should. You know, we don't land on the coral. We watch where our fins are, stay off the coral. Okay, now ascent rates, things like that. They touch on it, but they don't really go into depth and detail. Okay, so it's what do you do? Uh, be good stewards to the environment. And this cat, I don't know who his instructor was, but apparently he didn't get taught very well because, I mean, I see a moray eel. Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of it, but I'm not going to get this close to it and see that mouth like open up like he's fixing to come after my camera.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
I've
I'm
been
not.
close to him, but it was by freak accident, not because I was trying to get in close.
Yeah.
I
Well,
stick my head in the wrong hole and go, "Ooh, hello."
well, and then there was the turtle. I mean, that's really, I guess that's really what bothered me the most. I enjoy sea turtles as much as anybody else. I love to see them, eating on the coral. I mean, look at Roatan when we were there in October. We got some great shots, great video. Them sitting there eating the coral, swimming around. Awesome shots. Even had
All
the
you had to
shot,
do
huh?
was listen. All you had to do was listen to our dive masters. They tell you how to find them, how to keep them around. I mean, I sat there and filmed one for 10 minutes before somebody come around and get on top of it and make a big mess.
Oh yeah, and that's that was one of the big complaints that I had. That one gentleman that was on the boat with us, I don't know who he was. Excuse me, he wasn't part of our group. But remember when we got up and there was that big eagle ray that was playing in the sand, and this cat, he sees it and he just takes off towards it.
Start,
The
yeah,
dive
instead of
masters
just
had
stopping.
Yeah, the dive masters had already said if you see something, just stop. If you sit there and watch, they'll get closer to you. And this thing was, I mean, it was, everybody was kind of stopped at that point. But when this guy realized, hey, look, there's an eagle ray, I'm going to go get a picture, and starts kicking towards it, it took off, and that ruined, for a couple of others of us that was on the trip. Sorry, I'm animated tonight. you know, but for the rest of us, who was waiting on that great shot, and like anything else in photography, even underwater photography, uh, you know, it's not a matter of being able to swim up and catch the picture at the right time. It's sitting and waiting and taking photos, and snapping them as this creature is doing what it normally does, and then if you wait long enough, you'll get that perfect shot. And you know, this guy here, he's just like, ooh, eagle ray, and start swimming
Yep.
towards it.
Slow down. We're here to enjoy it. Slow it down.
Yeah, it's that's just one of them.
I,
So
that
I have
same
neglected.
gentleman on the night dive scared off the octopus.
No, was it the
I never
same
even got a
one?
picture of it.
Did you say the same one? Yeah. Yeah, that's one that if I ever see him back on a boat, I'm getting on another boat because yeah, he made me so mad. You know,
But I
especially
mean, if you
especially
stay
that
with
eagle ray.
me, you've seen some things that, and you've seen the pictures, you've seen all the fluorescence and stuff I pulled out with my lights.
Yeah.
So a lot of them didn't see that because they just took off. And I pop out my UV lights and everything starts glowing.
Yeah.
So
Well, I haven't had a chance. I've been sitting here on my tangent about underwater etiquette,
no,
environmental etiquettes, while we're diving. Looks
I
like
get it.
Dave, huh?
I get it.
Yeah. Looks like Dave Lowney's in the house. Good evening, Mr. Dave. We will enjoy everyone at Buddy. I am looking so forward to. I am counting the days down. We're only a couple, like 2.5 weeks out. So,
Yeah,
it's starting to break down and get crunch time.
yeah.
And so, yeah.
I gotta get bags packed and get ready myself. I just got 5 minutes to myself to do it.
You've already got your vacation approved and all that, so you're good to go.
Yeah, vacation's approved. I might be packing at 2 a.m. in the morning to get on the road at 3, but hey, we're gonna make it happen.
You can always sleep on the plane, right?
Yeah, there ain't gonna be no sleeping when we get off.
First thing you're going to do is get in the room, break your gear out, go down to the dock, grab a tank, jump in.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I already see how this is going to go.
Yeah,
uh,
house
so,
reap, here I come. Be the first one, just to make sure everything's working right.
well, so I think we're going to start taking bets, okay? How long is it going to take JoJo to hit the water once we land on Bonaire? Is it going to be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour? How long is it going to take? I'm going to have to time this.
I still gotta find a dive buddy, so that means somebody's gonna have to, dedicate themselves to getting this done.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's going to take long because most of the times when we go to Roatan, we don't dive that first day. You get
No,
there, which you're getting there like at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's really not a lot of time. And so, you get there, you get unpacked and get everything, get settled in, and then you dive the next day. And, with Bonaire, once we get in the room, I mean, we can head down to the dive shop, do their orientation, get our tanks, and, uh, I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, after the instructors, divers, check-ins. Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Once we get down and get checked in and they do all their stuff, from what I've read. So,
yep. Once the word go goes, I'm like, who wants to get ready to get in the water?
once they give Joe the green light, it's nothing but a splash after that. So, uh, let's see here. So, Mr. Dave, are you going anywhere here? I know Dave likes to travel a lot, and I don't know if he's going anywhere here soon or not. But if you're going somewhere, if you got a trip planned, throw it up in the comments. And we're going to Bonaire 2.5 weeks. We're counting down the time, the hours, the seconds, or the minutes and the seconds, because I mean we're stoked. Um,
Oh yeah.
you know, you got
Hey,
to know,
throw on there what freaking ticks you off too on your last dive trip. Who was that idiot that took forever taking a picture of lionfish?
huh? I don't
Let's say
remember that.
I'm talking about me. I'm probably that idiot taking too long taking a picture of a lionfish. Just making everybody mad.
Well, if JoJo don't have a pole spear in his hand, he's got his camera. So, I'm kind of the same way, except, I've kind of gotten, I still like to line fish hunt. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I mean, it's an awesome thrill to get to do, but, you know, I can't line fish hunt and take pictures or video at the same time. It's hard to do because I like my photos and my videos to, kind of come out decent, like a professional quality, not just mounted to my mask or mounted to my gear, yeah, I could do that and do both. But, I like to enjoy, I mean, lionfish are, they're beautiful creatures. You just see them sitting there and, they're just kind of hovering. And yeah, they're an invasive species, and they make good ceviche. So,
That they do.
you know,
I'm just, seeing the angels swim around and eating some soft corals along with the sea turtles and stuff.
oh yeah,
Like like those two little fish and those pieces of coral fighting each other for whatever reason. I mean,
let's see
you just
which one was that?
that
Uh,
that was Dolphin's Den on our last day.
yeah, oh,
I mean, that was just a great way to end that is finding that.
oh, okay. All right. I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Let's
The
see.
fighting neighbors.
The Fighting Neighbors. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen JoJo's Fighting Neighbors, I'm going to play this clip for you here real quick. It's about 30 seconds, but this is what this is what we're talking about right here. I mean, this was awesome when those two rocks got set together. I mean, it's the little things. If you're not watching for the small things, and these were small.
Oh yeah, they're just in a sandbank in between the big coral heads.
Yeah, I mean, these things were small. And so I think it was Oz that actually, didn't he scoot them together?
Yeah, he's like, watch this. He puts these two things together and they just start fighting. It's like that is awesome.
you know, and it's, yeah, I love seeing sharks. I love seeing eagle rays. I love seeing, any of the big creatures. But you've really got to be on the lookout for the small stuff, the nudie branches, the seahorses and stuff like that. You kind of got to hone in. Yeah, I'll keep my eye open for the bigger marine life, but you never know what you're going to find. Like that clip there. I mean, fighting neighbors. Have you named them yet?
No, I haven't named them. Karen and what's the guy's name for Karen?
I don't know. Let's see. Dave says he doesn't have anything planned until the North Carolina trip. So that's going to be an awesome trip.
He's gonna be in for a treat on that one.
Yeah, I'm just hoping you guys get to do the sub. That's I've heard so many
Me
people
too.
talking about it.
Now, sub possibility we're not going to see any sharks. They don't like that wreck very much.
Yeah,
But to see a World War II German sub that's been sunk, that's pretty high on the bucket list.
yeah, yeah. We catch all kinds of neat little things like the fighting neighbors and stuff. You just have to be, mindful. And I'm just curious what may be on the sub. You know, it's been down there for a long time, so you know,
No telling.
yeah. Looks like we got Michael Durbin in the house tonight and Miss Emily Shangraw. Good evening to you both. So we're talking about dive trips, dive etiquette on trips, and things you can be looking out for. Not just the big stuff, but the little bitty teeny tiny things as well. Proper etiquette says we don't touch the reefs, we don't touch or mess with the wildlife. They can fight themselves, but we don't touch them. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think didn't Oz use his lobster tickler to scoot those rocks? So I mean, he never
Yeah.
reached down and picked it up. He just
No,
scooted it close together.
Yeah, he just pointed at these two rocks, and I mean, they're right there. And he
Yeah.
scoots one over to the other one, and it's like, wow.
Then the magic starts to happen.
I'm wondering when we left if one of those neighbors just finally got had enough, picked up the rock and moved it.
Yeah, Krista's over here saying, "Don't touch the turtles." Hey, oh, well, she's done gone. Never mind. I was gonna see if she would tell me what that video was, so that we could do the do's and don'ts of that.
Well, I seen one on my Facebook feed today. I guess they had two great whites show up down on Florida,
Oh yes.
and had a 17-year-old grab its tail.
Oh.
Nothing happened, but
Nothing says make me mad like grab a great white tail.
yeah, I was like, you got really lucky.
Well, I did read the other day that it's a juvenile great white was pinged off of, I think, the Tampa Clearwater area. I think it said they named or her name is Rose, but she pinged like 17 miles away from I think it was Tampa Clearwater area. I'm not really.
He's up there.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you never know what you're going to encounter. Florida. Anywhere you go, you just have to be on the lookout, and
Never
never know.
went
You
in,
might
but
might catch a good picture or
yeah,
a good video.
yeah. I mean, most of that coastline is shallow. Visibility is like 6 to 8 feet. So
Yeah. Yep. So let's see. Yeah, I was hoping she'd kind of shoot me that. Excuse me, shoot me that link to that video, but oh well. I'll put together a clip. Things we don't do when we're underwater. But yeah, so less than a week away till we start welcoming divers for the 2022 season. It's going to be an awesome year, JoJo. It's things are already shaping up. We've got great events like the 2022 Women's Dive Day in July. Lots of stuff planned throughout the summer. I think somebody asked a show or two back. The weekend treasure hunt, treasure chest are going to be back in the water summer season, which is the weekend after Memorial Day weekend through Labor Day weekend. So that'll be back on the board. Lots of stuff going on. We've been hard at it, busy at work. The last couple 3 months trying to get the park ready, and so far we're majority of the way there, getting a new dock. So we'll have a new dock built. We got the old one pulled and moved up so we can start dismantling it and getting the floats so we can repurpose. So lots
can
of
I carve
stuff
my
going on.
initials in this one?
Huh?
Can I carve my initials in this one?
The dock?
Talking about bad diver etiquette.
Oh, you mean like the initials in Penny's tail?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I'm gonna put my initials in the dock.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a great idea. Proper etiquette. I said it earlier. Take only pictures, leave only bubbles. Phew. Yeah, it just, ever since I seen that video last night, that just irks me.
Oh yeah, I've been there more and more.
Yeah,
There's
well,
always somebody that can ruin it for everybody.
yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things, if you go on a trip and, if you're with a group, you may not see it as much. If you're not with a group and you're just getting on a boat, you're mixed in with several different divers you don't know or you possibly don't know. So you don't know what kind of divers they are, but once you hit the water, it's pretty. As a dive professional, it's easy for me to spot who I need to stay away from. Like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna get me in trouble. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, proper diving etiquette while we're on trips or diving local. You gotta be responsible. And for years, divers always respected the environment. In the older days. I mean, and it's still true most part today, but it seems like we're getting more not so compliant people in the water that they go through the class and they do what they want to do. It doesn't matter. It's like, guys, you weren't trained for this. This wasn't how you were supposed to be trained. Have some etiquette. We don't touch stuff. Don't pet the turtle.
Yes, Mr.
If the turtle wants to run over you or swim in your direction, that's great. I got a great video in Roatan last year. The turtle tried to take my camera out. I just had to move out of the way so
Yeah.
that give him the right of way because it's his home, not mine. I'm just a visitor.
I don't know. Heck, we've been on cruise ships. And they tell you right there when you get off the boat, don't bring anything out of the ocean and bring it on this boat.
Yeah.
It seems like there's always somebody that doesn't get the memo and they come back with a bag full of shells.
Well, and it all falls back. I think everybody can relate to this. It all falls back. It had to take something for them to put warning labels on products. So I mean,
Tide Pods are not meant to be swallowed.
yeah, it's and it's sad that now on a cruise ship I can understand more because you've got people who aren't scuba divers, who haven't been properly trained, open water scuba diver certification. They may be doing snuba or some kind of an excursion, and they don't know don't touch stuff. They're there to have a good time, and if they find a pretty little shell on the bottom, ooh look, a memento. They haven't been instructed. We don't touch, but that's where proper training comes into play. Dave Lowney, Rule 1, don't be that diver that everybody talks about on a trip, not in a good way.
There's always one. They're never in our group, but there's always one.
There is. I have to say, out of all the groups that I've led on trips and stuff, knock on wood, I've known everybody. They're good divers. Everything, the trip goes off without a hitch. Everybody has a great time. Unless you get like Mr. Eager Pants in Roatan, who nobody knew doing the stupid stuff that he did.
Miss run out of air after you saved by your daughter.
Huh?
My first trip down to Bonnet or Roatan. That lady and her daughter that was with us.
Oh,
They ran out
yes.
of air
Yes, I remember
at
that.
like 80 feet.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think they were somewhere northeast New England area. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
We all got on the boat going, what the heck just happened?
Yeah. That's where you're
Somebody's gonna die.
that's where you scratch your head like, how did that happen? How in the world did that happen? So we know on that trip, they broke rule 1. Actually, if you want to get down to it, I think that's like rule 3 or rule 4. Rule 1 is never hold your breath underwater.
They
That,
actually have an order.
that's rule 1 on dive travel. Don't be that diver. Oh, I'm super excited. I mean, we just got back from Roatan in October. Winter break. I'm not going to call it a vacation because we've been working since January. So you know, it's going to be nice to get out and get some saltwater therapy before the season really kicks off and opens up. May, June, July, August, September. And then we're back to Roatan in October. So, and that trip is filling up. I think I've only got like 14 spots left, 13, something like that. So, I got a feeling that trip will probably be sold out by July or August. But it's going to be a good group, good trip. Of course, Oz and Pedro and all them guys down there, Darren. They always take real good care of us there. I'm anxious to see how Buddies is going to do. Of course, when we get back, we're gonna do Monday night safety stop if possible while we're down there. Do it live on location, but you know I don't know if the internet connection is going to cooperate. So we're going to test it and see and all that. Hopefully JoJo's not sick this time.
I hope not. Really getting tired of that getting sick for a day.
Oh yeah, gotta be careful. It seems like every trip you go on, it's like one day you're out of commission because you're sick.
Yeah, I just get hit with something. I don't know what it is. And I had a COVID test when I was there, so it wasn't COVID.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've got to go get. You know that they just recently, I think, as of the 22nd of March, they changed the requirements for Bonaire. I don't know if I don't remember saying anything about it last week, but they have eased the restrictions on Bonaire. Now, if you're fully vaccinated, you just have to show your vaccination card, and I think it's 270 days. It can't be longer than 270 days since your last booster or last shot.
Yeah,
If you've
that's
got,
why I gotta go get mine.
yeah, if
I'm a
you've got
little
that,
bit.
yeah, if you've got that, then you don't have to have anything special. Just have to have the card. For those not fully vaccinated, you still have to test. I think it's 24 to 48 hours, depending on the test, prior to arriving. So, that's a good thing too. Some places are easing off the restrictions. I seen the other day, and at first, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. And I'm like, no, I don't know a news station that would be sick enough to put up this as a April Fool's, but it showed the map of Kentucky, and everything except for 6 counties was green, meaning that all the COVID stuff was really really low. And so and I seen it again yesterday or day before on a news feed, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that's good news that
Mhm.
hopefully we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're able to start moving on. Dive travel is opening up everywhere. People are going and diving, and so hopefully these restrictions will, kind of fade over time. As I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm ready to be out and get travel myself. Two
Yeah,
years being cramped up in the houses. You know, done with it.
yeah. Well, you're not alone. Majority everybody else is in the exact same position, and it's I mean, just missing 2020. It's like, and because you was there with me. We had to have salt water, had to do something, and we ended up going to the Keys. We had a great time. I mean, it was a good trip,
We
but
fought the whole time, but we had a good time.
it was a great trip. I mean, you know. But it just it just wasn't that out of country experience.
No, it was cattle boat charters and hurricanes, and we're looking at
four,
more rock quarries.
yeah, 4 to 6 foot swells. Do we go out today? No, nobody's going out. Sorry. But
Oh,
if it
the
hadn't,
one
if
place that did take us out was like 6 foot swells, and I'm like, I'm loving this. We get the 2 foot swells, and I'm throwing off up over the back of the boat.
uh, but you have to admit, the days that we weren't able to dive, we got to visit the History of Diving Museum. We spent a couple hours there touring around. We got to hit the Sea Turtle Hospital down in Marathon. We got to make it all the way down to Key West and got the southernmost tip of America or of the
Yeah,
U.S. So we
that
got to do
pizza
some
was
pretty neat
delicious.
things.
Yeah, right there by that southern tip when we sat on the beach and ate that wood fired pizza.
Oh yes, yes, great little pizzeria place there, and it was a mom and pop. I mean, it was you ordered your pizza, they brought it out to you. I think I got a time lapse video of the ocean while we were sitting there. It was a great trip. It's still Florida. I'm not knocking it by no means. It was a great trip. That the second dive we made while we were there with oh, what was the name of that?
Isla Morada Dive Center, I believe.
No, no, it was the other one. Um,
Conch Republic.
yeah, Conch Republic. That second dive we made with them when we went out. That really to me made the whole trip because as soon as we jumped in the water, I mean there were reef sharks everywhere. And that's like you jump in and you look and I mean you start counting. Once you get to like 15 to 20, you quit counting just because it's like, did I count that one? Did I count that one? Did I count? You know, I mean that was an awesome dive.
Oh, it was. You just get real close to sand and swim all over you, and then you had two, you know, two eels out on the reef just swimming back and forth. I
Yeah,
mean, just over you, under you, around you. It was neat. And all you had to do was sit there. And all this was happening.
yeah, yeah. I mean it was a good trip. If you can't get out and do like the Caribbean or whatnot, I mean, I recommend that because I mean I've been to the Keys a couple of times, enjoyed both times. Uh, you
Conch
know,
Republic's the way to go, though.
yeah, Conch Republic they did have an awesome operation. I hated that we didn't get back out with them. Of course, that first day of diving was the only day that we were able to because they had they kept canceling the boats, and so you know
I told you to keep calling around. Somebody will eventually go out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have to say and what's funny is because we had actually went through Rainbow Reef to dive with them all week, and I think it was every day except for what the last day or the last couple of days they canceled. They called us the night before and said, "Hey, letting you know we're not going out. Letting you know we're not going out." We heard this for like 5 straight days. So after the first day, we're like, "All right, they're not going out. We got to find something." So I mean, we were winging it day to day, trying to figure out what we were doing, and I think we pulled it off pretty good.
We did. We did. Found some nice ice cream joints, and
Oh
just
yes,
that one little spot. I know we ate there twice with the pretty uh, painted turtle shell. I think it was a Mexican restaurant. I think we went there for like
oh
breakfast and
yes, we
lunch.
did. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was right across from what was that, Mama's, or I forget the name of the restaurant.
I don't remember. We ate there twice because we liked it so well.
Yeah, well, yeah, we ended up eating breakfast. We ate dinner there one night, and then we ate breakfast a couple of days later there, and it was really good. But dive travel is just now that it's opening back up, it's going to make diving even better. You know, classes are starting to fill up. People are ready to get out and go, finding new things to do, and it's just it's getting better. The industry around us is getting better. Things are coming back. So I think like last year, I mean, we done more certifications than we normally do. We doubled them, our certification quantity. And that's not really what we do. I mean, yeah, we're there, we'll do classes, but, we don't focus on them. And our numbers are usually pretty low, when it comes to certification numbers. And so, yeah, I mean, things are coming back.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is to get you to the water and get you in and diving. So,
Oh yeah, so you can see the fighting little fighting creatures, the neighbors that don't like each other, and see those sharks and eagle rays and moray eels and the nudie branches and the fireworms and all of those things, because the ocean, I mean, it's vastly colorful. People just don't realize, how colorful, it's like being in the aquarium, except it's a big aquarium.
well, I know you have a big fascination with the grass eels.
Oh, I love the garden eels.
Yeah,
And
garden eels.
them little garden eels are awesome. And I hear in Bon Air, there's a place that there's like thousands of them.
Yep,
You
yep.
know,
I've been reading up on that. It's like,
yeah,
oh, we're gonna have to go here to find the fields of garden eels.
yeah. I like to get down and get my buoyancy about a foot off of the bottom, foot and a half, and hold my camera down to where it gets a kind of like a landscape view, and just watch them things pop up and come down, pop up and come down. I mean, it's mesmerizing. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I lost your audio feed or not, but yeah, I mean, you know, there's all kinds of things to see. And notice I said maintain my buoyancy so that I'm not right on the bottom. More that diver etiquette. Be a responsible diver. Take only
Well, it's
pictures, leave
not
only
just the
bubbles.
coral that you're not supposed to not touch. The sand's full of a bunch of great stuff too. You just
Oh
gotta
yeah,
look for it.
yeah. Well, like the garden eels. I mean, unless you see them, you don't know they're there.
I
And
found. I was looking at a. Oh, jeez, where are they? They're upside down jellyfish. I can't remember what they're called.
are they the moon
Oh,
jellies?
no, instead of like floating through the water, they sit on the bottom and their tentacles come up. Can't remember what
Like the
anemones. They're not anemones. No,
the Portuguese man of war?
nah. I had a video of one, but I was filming it down there. I noticed just right below it, there was a baby scorpion fish. You
Ah,
couldn't even see the darn thing. It was right there, right below it.
yeah. I mean, you never know what you can find in the sand. At the base of coral. Where the sand meets it. Looking through the crevices and the little holes, you may see eels, or may see a crab, lobster. You never know what unless you look. You never know what you're going to see. Are you in
Yeah, that's what
concentration?
I like to do.
Oh, there you
Just
are.
take my time and look.
Yeah, yeah. Well, somebody told me a long time ago, there's a lot of people who, they're anxious to get in the water and they try to rush to get everything set up and get off the boat and, make the dive. But everything in scuba should be done nice and slowly. You're going to get down there. You may not be the first one down there, but you're not going to be the last one down there because there's going to be boats before you. There's going to be boats after you. So nice and easy. Make sure you check everything. Everything's good to go. I've had double computer failures on a trip. That doesn't make it nice because
No, not when you switch up your transmitters.
yeah. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. You need to have, if you and your dive buddy have the same kind of computer, same kind of transmitter, same kind of regulator, you need to make sure it's identified, it's marked. So, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mr.
Why don't
Mick,
I got the air? I don't know why it's not reading your air.
yeah, looks like Mr. Mick
Board,
is in the
board, board.
house. Mick says, "Hey JoJo, are you taking cash, check, or card for the July trip?" Give him just a second. He's hawking up along.
Yeah, got this crappy cough. When temperatures go from 80 to 30 overnight, I,
Just hey,
my
just
body
play
don't
the.
like it.
I was gonna say, just play them in the Powerball. You might get lucky.
Something needs to change because I'm tired of freaking runny noses and coughs. And come on, when we stabilize, I'll be fine. But darn, I hate this time of year.
We were talking about that the other day at the quarry. All the pollen that is already collected on the surface, and if you don't know any better, it does look like algae. But you can tell when you get down to it, that it's not algae, it's actually pollen, and it is everywhere. So makes sense.
Uh,
Mick says
Nick,
hairball.
just get with Chris. And he can take care of your payment needs.
I
That's
think he's talking
that
about
helps a
like
little bit.
expenditures, like food and stuff like that.
For
Yeah, for North Carolina.
I'll take my credit card with me and pay for dinner and my dinner and whatever else suits me. It's North Carolina. We don't have to make any special arrangements like we do when we go out of the country.
Yeah, yeah, that's the big thing when you do international travel. I mean, if you're going to be using your debit card, you need to let your bank know. Uh, I've actually had them flag my card while I was on a trip because I failed to say, "Hey, I'm going out of country." So just so you know, and yeah, first time I ran it, it went through, but it didn't work after that. I had to get a hold
It
of
worked
them.
the second time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I had that happen with me going to Florida one time. Second fill up for gas and it ain't filling.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, and it's like 2 a.m. in the morning.
And the gas was already. Or, no, you hadn't gotten the gas yet,
I
right?
was like, your card has been declined, has been deactivated or whatnot. I was like, this ain't good.
Like I know my card. The card's good. The card is
Yeah, it's
good.
like,
Trust me, it's good. The
like,
bank said no.
yeah, it was like, why are you in Georgia? I was like, because I'm going to Florida.
Yeah. All right, JoJo. Well, it is 8:59, and of course, this. We've been talking dive travel, dive etiquette, and all this other good, wonderful diving stuff. That we really need to know when we go on trips, especially in the ocean. But it is that 9 o'clock hour, or actually, I think it's a minute till. But any final thoughts, JoJo?
You're down there. Don't touch anything. It's not your home. You're just a visitor. You won't want somebody going in there and making a mess of your house. So
Yeah, you don't want somebody coming through the front door, going to the refrigerator, grabbing a beer, going sitting down on your couch, watching TV, and like, who the heck are you?
And respect other divers too.
Yeah, yeah. Remember Dave Lowney's rule one: don't be that diver.
If you don't like being with a photographer because they just like to sit still and take pictures of things, find a different dive buddy. Don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, but
There's
if you want
plenty
to
of
see cool,
photographers out.
I was gonna say if you want to see cool stuff, hang around the photographers because they usually find it.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah,
Normally. They don't. They kind of get off away from the group where everybody's huddled together, and we kind of go over here.
yeah. Well, and you know why?
Well, we don't want to get in everybody else's way, but we don't want everybody on top of us either.
Yeah, we see something, and we're sitting there trying to get a picture of it. Next thing you know, somebody's tank drops on top of you, and it's like, where the heck did you come from?
Yeah, I've been smacked in the head with plenty of tanks.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with you. I've been trying to put my finger on it. You've been hitting the head too many times with a scuba tank.
Something that nature's happened, that's for sure.
All right, guys. Well, it's that 9 o'clock hour, and so we're going to go ahead and cut this thing out of here. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight as we talked about dive etiquette while you're traveling, and just some of the upcoming trips and stuff that hopefully we'll have good reports and coming to you live from Bonaire here in 2.5 weeks. I'm counting, not that I'm counting or anything, even though I am counting down, because I'm ready to go. Passports in hand, I'm ready. But thank you guys for tuning in with us. We're here Monday nights. Me and JoJo, we just sit here and chit chat about different scuba topics. We like to engage with the audience. So as you can see, if you're watching this after the fact, you'll see the comments popped up here. So we do like to kind of be interactive, even though, we're not sitting around shooting it. We're still sitting around talking scuba. So thank you guys for tuning in right here on Monday Night Safety Stop, only on the Penny Royal Divers Group, Monday Night Safety Stop. Oh, we're on YouTube too. Forgot to say that. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys next Monday night, right here, same time, same place.
Have you ever stopped to think about what is in the water that your feet are sitting in between dives? Or worse yet, what you're handling with your hands when dumping the water from your boots in between dives? The Econa Seeker boot eliminates that concern and the need to remove your boots at all. Thanks to a unique footbed with micro holes and a rubber sole with channels, excess water naturally drains from these boots while you wear them. Don't waste time between dives worrying about what is inside your boots, and don't trouble yourself or others by removing your boots. To get your pair of Seco boots, visit your local Econa dealer today.